أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت الأليم الحكيم ففهمنا سليمان وكلنا آتينا حكما وعلما رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم سبحانك لما وحنانيك ألم لا تنسني ولا تنسني الحمد لله أفضل الحمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله وسائر النبيين والصالحين وسلم الموفقني واهدني وسددني واجمع لي بين الصواب والثواب وعذني من الخطأ والهرمان آمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to another episode of Questions and Answers. I'm your host, Amjad Muhammad, and I will be with you until around 8 p.m. this evening, inshallah, dealing with your queries, dealing with your suggestions, dealing with your points of areas that you want points elaborating, situations that you want to seek some further information on, and inshallah that is the purpose. We've been away for a while. It's been a little bit of a stop and start since we've had Dhul Hijjah go. I know there was a little break that we had for the last week or two, maybe 2 weeks. You lose track of time, mashallah, in which some special occasion was going on, and as a consequence we didn't have any live sessions, but we're here live now. I think we've been live since Monday, if I'm not mistaken. So you've already had Mona Fazal Dad Saab with the Q&A. I think just before me you had the two white Muslims with a brown one mixed in there for good measure. So maybe two white and one brown one, I don't know. Or one brown one, two white ones, or one white, one brown, one white. I don't know. Take your pick, whichever order you would like them in, because as I got here a little bit early, I was away in Manchester all day today from around noontime, and busy day, meetings, talking, phone calls, all the rest of it, agreeing things, disagreeing things, and then I got onto the road for about around 5, just after 5. Maybe just after 5 actually, yeah, 5:15, and then as you can imagine, traffic in the city centre in Manchester and driving out of Manchester. But then when I got onto the, I think you get onto this kind of like open countryside. It wasn't, it didn't go straight onto the M62. I did a good 10 miles on this kind of open countryside. Not sure what the road was. Maybe it was A62 or something like that. I don't know. And then it hit the motorway, and then obviously it was nice and fine. And as you know, our Iqra TV studio, which is also the branch of Al Khair Foundation, is not too far off the motorway. Basically, as soon as we come off the M606, which is the ring road, or not the ring road, but it's the little road that leads from the M62 into Bradford, then as soon as you come off the M606, you literally just take a dual carriageway for about 5 minutes max. If there's some traffic, otherwise even less than that, to be honest, and you reach our studios here. And so I've been here for some time. Quickly got some other emails responded to, as I've not had a chance to take my phone. Dealt with a few personal issues, prayed Asr with our Naeem Bhai. And here we are, ready to go with your questions and answers. So a packed day, busy day. Started, in fact, it started very late, or finished very late rather, because we still are involved with a secondary school, and we get our results as a school literally as soon as the bell strikes midnight on Tuesday and Wednesday starts. So we're always, we're doing this as an annual ritual now. Me and Maulana Yusuf Maya, the head teacher of the boys' school, what we do is annually we have done this, apart from I think that 1 year during COVID. But for the last, 20 years nearly, every day we come, or every evening rather, we come in about 11:30. And then we have the laptops up there ready for the results on the AQA website to become live, because always the AQA when that comes live. And then that's it, we're number crunching, filling in gaps, filling out spreadsheets, looking at data, wincing, grimacing, smiling, high-fiving. It all depends on what's coming through in terms of the results. And then normally we have a 2-hour delay before the Pearson, formerly known as EdXL. Their results become live. It's normally after 2 a.m. Sometimes it can be as late as 2:30 a.m. And normally we fill the gap, obviously, with a bit of food. What else are you supposed to do for 2 hours whilst you're waiting for the results to come in? Well, it's not normally 2 hours, because we spend about an hour number crunching and as I said, wincing, grimacing, getting happy, getting sad, and all the rest of it. And then after about 1 There's only one place that's open for food at that time, so we always go collect it from there. Eat some food, have some tea, and then the results come through for the other subjects like maths and RE and what other subjects that we do via Pearson. This evening, though, or yesterday evening rather, or yesterday morning, or this morning, see, you lose track of time. We didn't wait for the Pearson ones because we set off at about 1 o'clock, 1:15. Even though I was home when the Pearson results came through, Moulana sent them to me because I had to set off nice and early this morning to get my gym session out of the way in order to get ready to go to Manchester. So again, like I said, a very busy, packed day, and it's been like that for the last 24 hours. So I am really looking forward to a good night's sleep tonight, inshallah. But it doesn't stop here, you see, because I'm on this crazy mission at the moment of 2 sessions at the gym, one in the morning and one in the evening. So as soon as I finish here at Iqra TV, I will wait for Maghrib time, pray my Maghrib, get changed. I've already brought my clothes with me and head on the way to the gym to finish my evening session, so then at least I can get some relaxed time. It's good to keep busy, good to keep fit, good to keep your mind occupied. These skills are important. They make you stray away from or stay away from bad thoughts, negative thoughts. Keeps a good, healthy mental health, which is absolutely essential. And also keeps you focused on getting, the betterment of yourself, getting the good of yourself. Anyway, that is a little short intro for what my day's been like. I'm more than happy to listen to what your day's been like. How are you going to do that? Well, let me share the number with you that I always share. 01274 214299. That's 01274 214299. And why not repeat it for a third time? 01274 214299. Please do get your calls in. It was a bit of a quiet period when we came back on the, I think we were with you till the 9th or 10th of Muharram. We were doing the daytime water appeal, and I think we were also doing the evening Q&A as well. And then we had a little bit of a break. Then we came back, I think, for a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. Like I said, I lose track of time. We didn't have many calls coming in, maybe just the odd 1 or 2 calls a day, not to the standard that we've had them, where we've had 6 to 8 callers calling in. So it was a bit quiet. And then, like I said, we've had another week or 2 off again. So it's been a bit disruptive. So we apologize for that. But inshallah, as I understand it, we should have a clear run now for a few weeks. So all the disruptions are out of the way. I am planning a trip, or a trip is being planned for me, should I say, in early September. And once that is absolutely confirmed and it's going, then I will let you know. And alhamdulillah, somebody has answered my call by calling on 01274 214299. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear caller.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Where have you been, young man? You must be like 16 years old now or something. Since the last time you called in, you were like about 8 then, and it's been so long. What are you, like at university or something at the moment?
No.
All right, okay.
Primary school.
Still primary school. Okay, maybe it's just passage of time for me. How you been keeping? You been keeping well?
Yeah, good. Alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well, thank you. Nice to hear that you're keeping well. Go on then. What have you got for me today, young man?
Got 2 questions.
You've got 2 questions. Well, I wouldn't expect anything less from you. So go ahead with the 2 questions.
The first question is, so let's say some sort of an event occurred between 2 people. Are they allowed to, so if one of them doesn't want to speak to another one of them for more than 3 days, are they allowed to do that in terms of Islamically?
Okay.
There's a hadith against that.
So 2 people have had a bit of a situation, they've fallen out with each other, yeah? Is that correct?
Yeah.
And now they've not talked to each other for 3 days?
Yes. Are they allowed to keep ignoring each other? There's apparently a hadith against that.
Yeah.
Not allowed to ignore.
Very good. Okay.
A Muslim brother.
That's question number 1. What's question number 2, sir?
So the second one was a question that I asked on the last day that I called, and it was hard to kind of get.
Oh, you were just about to blame me, and then you quickly pulled it back. You were just about to say you didn't answer it, and you thought, "Oh, this is a bit cheeky coming from me." So you said, I didn't understand it properly. A bit tawazu came in, a bit of humbleness came in.
I said it in a weird way.
You said in a weird way. Well, it happens, young man. Try to say it in a non-weird way now. Go on.
I'll try and say it in a proper way. So someone's gonna go for a journey.
Someone's going to go for
Someone's ready to go for a journey.
a journey. Yeah,
But-
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's your Leicester accent that's tripping me up each time. Those folk in Yorkshire, you see, we talk a bit funny. So I'm trying to pick up on your Midlands accent. But anyway, carry on. So someone's going on a journey.
And they missed. Let's say they missed one of their salah before they went on the journey.
So before they went on the journey, they'd missed their salah. So let me just elaborate on that point. Does that mean that the salah time was finished before they went on the journey?
No, the salah time was finished before they went
So
on the
basically, the salah time started, okay? The salah time started and the salah time finished, and then they went on the journey.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the person was on the journey. Yes.
Yep, I got that.
And then they realized that they missed that salah.
Yep.
And they prayed and they've done the rule of salah when you go out on a journey, so you have to half salah.
Yep.
Unless it cannot be halved, obviously.
Yep.
It's one of those salahs that's 4 rakats that you can halve.
Yep.
That he missed, and he wants to pray qada of that. So does he have to half it, or because it was before the journey, did he have to pray it for it?
Okay, good. I got them too. You're going to stay, when I say to you goodbye, you make sure you stay close to your phone, because if I don't answer it exactly how you've suggested it, then I want you to get back on the line, because we've got about 7-8 minutes. I don't want you to leave it till the next, 6 months' time and then ring me up and say, Mufsab, remember that masala I asked you 6 months ago? I'll say, look, kid, I've had so many doner meat, chicken and chips and all the rest of it. All the healthy food that I've been eating since then, I've completely forgotten. But yeah, Jazakallah khair for those 2 questions.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So let's answer question number 2 first, and then answer question number 1, because question number 2 is fresh in my mind, and it will give me enough time to remember what question number 1 was. Only joking. So question number 2, the young man said, and he's sat near his phone, so that if I do say incorrectly, or if I misheard, or if he was speaking in a strange Midlands accent and I didn't understand him, then he can quickly pick the phone up and ring 01274 21429 and say, no, Stajid, that's not what I said, this is what I said. So this is what the young lad said. He says, salah time starts, but let's just give an example. So let's just call it dhuhr. So dhuhr starts at, say, 107, and this person is not on safar yet. He's not a musafir. And then zuhr time finishes, say, at 6 o'clock. Okay, so a salah time started and a salah time finished. In that time, the fard of dhuhr became fard on that person, but he didn't pray it. Then after 6 o'clock, he decides to go on a safar. So when he goes on the safar, wherever he goes, who cares? We're not really interested. Maybe he goes to Leicester. Maybe he goes to Birmingham, because obviously he's in Bradford. And when he goes there, he now obviously prays Asr there, he prays Maghrib there. Then he remembers, oh goodness me, I didn't pray my dhuhr. Okay, I didn't pray my dhuhr, and my dhuhr is qada. Now, if he's sahib tartib, okay, then he needs to do it in tartib. If he's not, let's just pretend he's not sahib tartib, otherwise it's going to get a bit more complicated. Then he needs to pray 4 rakats. The reason why he needs to pray 4 rakats is, even though he is on safar, when it became fard upon him and when he made it qada, it was 4 rakats, meaning he was still a muqim. It started at 106 or 103 or whatever. I'm just making these numbers up. These are not exact numbers. Don't start thinking that Zuhr time starts at 103. These are just, I'm just chucking some numbers at you. So let's just say Dhuhr starts at 103 and Asr starts at 6 p.m. And in that 5-hour period, for that 4 rakats, obviously 4 rakats sunnah, 4 rakats fard, 2 rakats sunnah, the 4 rakats fard becomes fard upon him. Obviously sunnah becomes sunnah muakkada upon him. And he decides not to pray it for whatever reason. He forgets, whatever. Now he's on a safar. So obviously he's supposed to pray every 4 rakats salah as 2 rakats, as a young man said. So Isha, he would pray as 2 rakats because he's a musafir. Okay, he is on safar. He's on a journey. However, the 4 rakats of Zuhr was qaza, meaning the time finished whilst he was a muqim, meaning it is fard upon him according to the 4 rakats. So he would make those 4 rakats even if it be that he is in safar. The fact that I can't hear the phone ringing The fact that I can't hear my colleague saying, just hold on a second, we're going to patch you through, or words to that effect, means that I've explained that correctly. Alhamdulillah, I think I deserve a sip of coffee for that. Bismillah. Question number one. Question number one was that if two people end up having an argument or there's a situation that comes up, they fall out with each other or whatever, and then they go their own ways, should they avoid each other for more than 3 days? So normally the procedure is this, that, you know, people who we are around regularly, okay, people who we are around regularly, we could potentially fall out with them. It's obvious. You're not really going to fall out with somebody that you don't see at all, do you? How are you going to fall out with them? Why would you fall out with them? So it's those people that we see on a regular basis. So if that happens where somebody we see on a regular basis and we have a bit of a difference of opinion or whatever, and you're, okay, you know, see you later, I'll see you later, and that's it. And after that, we get a bit upset with them. Then obviously what we should do is make some level of amends in some way, shape or form within 3 days. However, there are certain circumstances where that might be slightly different. For example, if a father is trying to educate a child, so this child makes the same mistake, and obviously this child is not a child, you know, child might be 21, 22, 24 years old, 25 years old. And this child belonging to this parent makes the same mistake several times. And the importance of that matter is not really getting to that person. Then the father might choose that, you know what, I'm not going to talk to this person for a few days. Why? Because this person is not showing adab or showing the respect that this person should do. Because, you know, you get to a certain age where, you know, we shouldn't be free at disciplining our children, you know, always trying to raise our hands or slapping their knees or slapping their bottoms. You know, we might need to when they're exceptionally small children in order to make a point, but after a while, obviously, that's something which has gone out the window, especially when you're talking about an adult child. So what procedures and measures are there in place for a parent who's trying to instill the good values and virtues and good characteristics in their adult children? Okay? The way to do it is that they may choose to show their disdain. They may choose to say that we're not happy with what you're doing. And then after every sort of 4, 5, 6 days kind of, you know, come back together. The reason is to teach them a lesson in order for them to learn. Similarly, there might be people in your life that you don't meet that often. That does not mean just because you've not talked to an uncle for 6 months, you think, oh, okay, I've not talked to that uncle for 6 months and I'm only supposed to, you know, not talk to him for 3 days. I better give him a ring. It's just that you don't talk to that uncle that much and he doesn't talk to you that much. It's not that you've fallen out with each other. It's just you just don't have that kind of relationship. You just don't have that kind of connection. Obviously, it's etiquettes to keep ties, keep blood ties. So the odd text message, the odd phone call, you know, one should make. But there might be other reasons why a person has decided to keep some level of distance away from a particular relative. There could be so many other issues that are concerning. So you will find that there's never a blanket answer. There is a general answer, and it's exactly how the young man said. There is a hadith which mentions that specifically. That this is, you know, you shouldn't, you know, hajar yani to distance yourself. It doesn't mean to emigrate, but it means to distance yourself from a loved one, that whenever they meet, he turns his face that way and he turns his face that way, and the one who initiates the salam is the better of the two. So that's something which obviously is virtuous to do. So that's the general position. But as we know, life is not general. There's so many other nuances. There's so many other situations, scenarios, you know, which make that slightly more specific. That's the reason why we need to be in touch with ulama. That's why we need to be in touch with scholars, that if that situation does arise, then you can explain your specific situation. When you explain your specific situation, then the alim, the mufti, the scholar will give an answer in regards to your specific situation. But if you ask a general question, that generally speaking, people who see each other regularly and they have a little fallout, and then they start ignoring each other, what should they do? Then yes, obviously they should make amends. But remember, look how I've described it. People who see each other regularly, and then they have a fallout, and then they're trying to ignore each other, then they should be. But people who don't see each other that regularly anyway, then obviously it doesn't sort of matter too much on that point. So Jazakallah khair, young man, for calling in. Really appreciate that. That's kind of dealt pretty much with our first session. So we're going to go for a short break, inshallah. And when we return from the short break, we will carry on with our questions and answers. So please do not ring in right now, But when we return, please do call in. It makes all the difference. It's always nice to hear another voice apart from your own. See you shortly.